Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome to yet another episode on Little Slaw YouTube channel. Today, we are going to see about how to create a repository in the github.com and how to make our first commit in the GitHub browser. So before we move on to the video, this is me, your Vasant Shanmugam. I welcome you all once again, and please do subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet. Like, share, and comment your feedback and questions in the comments section. With no further delay, we'll go to the video. So as we discussed earlier, in this video, we are going to see about how to create a repository and how to make our first commit for our repository. So to create a new repository, we'll have to click the new button. So clicking on the new here, and we'll give a name for the repository. Give it as first, and we can give a description, even though it's optional, but it's always advisable to give so that any new person who wants to access the repository can understand by reading the description. So it has to be meaningful. So we'll give it as my first commit in GitHub. And now we have two options. One is the public and the private. If we are inside our organization, we'll get one more option, which is the internal. And let's now initialize this repository with a Readme file. So to do that, we have to select add a Readme file. And this is where we can write a long description for our project. So this is mostly like a comment, or it's like a description about the project or what exactly our project is going to do. Then let's move on to the create repository. So now we have successfully created a repository. So let's now move to the second part, which is committing our first change. So before we do the commit, let me give you a small explanation on what is a commit. So a commit is a snapshot of all the files in our project at a particular point in time. So when we create our new repository, we initialize it with a Readme file. So here we can see we have a readme.md, a markdown file. So these Readme files are a great place to describe our project in more detail, or we even have an option to add some documentation, such as how to install or use our project. So for example, if we are creating a repository where we give a project which the user wants to install, so we can give the instructions like what are all the steps they have to follow. So this Readme file helps in that way, and also we can give them that what is the use of our project. So everything can be given in the readme.md file. And the contents of the Readme file are automatically shown on the first page of our repository. So anytime when we open our repository, so this is the default page that gets opened. So now let's make a commit, or let's make a change to the Readme file. So in our repository list of files, let's click on the readme.md, and it will take us to the separate file where we can see the readme.md file and its contents. So to make any change or to make any input, we'll have to click on this edit this file. But before that, we'll see what are the other options we have. So here we have opened this file in GitHub desktop in case if we have the GitHub desktop installed in our machine. If we, by clicking this, will take us to the GitHub desktop. So we'll see that in a separate video of what are the options we have. And then here we have copy raw content. So this will copy the contents in here. And then we have edit this file, which is what we are going to do now. And then we have this delete this file. So these are the 4 options we have here. So now let's do the edit. So clicking on this pen symbol, the pen button. And now let's make some change. So we'll create something like I am committing this readme file. That's sort of littles video. So we have made the change. And we have an option to preview the change. So if we click on the preview change, so we can see here, so this is how our input will display. So this will help us to know how will this page reflect after we make the changes. And then here we have this show div. So this will show us that this is the line which is already there, and this is the line which starts or which shows green. This is the new line that we have added. So this will help us to review the changes we made this file. And in case if we are removing this line, we can do that. And we're clicking on preview. So this shows us that this line is removed, or this line is the older line. And then this line is a new line we have added here. So now let's come to the bottom of the page. And here we will have to type a short, more meaningful commit message that describes the change we made to the file. And this can attribute the commit to more than one author in the commit message. So let's give the commit as first commit in GitHub, or little slow. And even we can add an extended description. So for example, I have added a line. The first line, which is already the file. So this way we can add more description. So this will help us or help the user who are using it after the changes are made. And here we can see there are 2 options. One is committing directly to the main branch. So this will make the commit to the main branch. And we have one more option. So this will create a new branch to this commit and start a pull request. So let's try both of them. So for now, let's commit the change directly to the main branch. And the commit has been updated. So here we can see the second line is getting updated. So let's now try the second option where we create a new branch for this commit and start a pull request. For that, let's click on this, edit this file. And here we will write creating a new branch for this commit and starting a pull request. Let's see how does it work. So here we'll add again, which is creating a new branch as part of this commit. Let's copy the same thing here. So we'll add the new line, the file, creating a new branch for this commit, starting a pull request. Let's see how does this work. So we'll select this option 2, and here we'll change the name to new branch. Let's click on propose changes. And here we can see we have the main branch. Then we have the new branch, and also we have the lines we have given as part of the commit. So let's click on create pull request. So now this branch has no conflict with the base branch. So we are good to merge our pull request. Let me click on the pull request. Let's confirm the merge. So now our changes has been merged to the main branch, and we are good to delete our feature branch. So I'm deleting the branch now. And if you click on code, and we can see here, so we have our first line here, then we have our second line here. So with this, we have created a repository, made a change to the commit file. Then we have tried committing in two ways, that is committing directly to the main branch. And then we have used the second option of creating a new branch for the commit and started a pull request. After that, we have committed that code, or we have pulled the code or pulled the updates to the main branch. So with this, we come to an end. And I believe this video would have been very, very useful to you. We will meet in another interesting video in the next session. Until then, it's bye from Vasan Shanmugam and Little's Law.